What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. So, we haven't done this in a while. We haven't covered really WWE in a while, and the football world is a little light. Gaming content coming soon because I feel like I finally have all my setups. So, we're going to see some gameplay and some live streams coming up. But in the meantime, WWE has a huge event called Clash of the Castle this weekend. And these international PLEs are always so good. The crowds are always so really live and popular. So, we're going to predict the card, which I've seen online. A lot of people saying a little predictable. I mean, hey, we'll see right now, and let's get right into it. Now, first match up, we got the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship defending a triple threat match between Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, the champions, versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. If I said her name wrong, I'm sorry. And Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks. Now, we obviously know the champions are very dominant, and if there's any time for them to drop the belt and start building up to that potential SummerSlam matchup that we might get, it would be definitely at this pay-per-view, especially with the international feel. I think it'd be a great time for Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, again, if I'm butchering, I'm sorry, for them to capture the titles. I think that's exactly how it goes down. The champs lose the belt, but they don't take the pin, of course. Either Shayna or Zoe Stark's going to take the pin. Most likely Zoe Starks. And we're going to have new champs, and we're going to start to see some small dissension between Shayna Baszler and Jade Cargill. So that's where my first prediction is. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn become the new women's tag team champions, and hopefully we start seeing some more stuff with the tag team titles. Next up, we got a matchup that's really good, and WWE needs to pull the trigger on Chad Gable now. We got the Intercontinental Championship matchup between Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. And look, I love Sami Zayn. I'm a big Sami fan, actually, for that fact. But I think it's time for Chad to actually capture the title and start this big heel run that he's going. He is basically Perk Angle 2.0 minus the perk, but I think it's a good time for him to win the title. And not only that, I think now's a good time for WWE to actually do something with Otis. We saw their failed attempt last time when he won Money in the Bank and they went nothing for it. Now they actually have a really good storyline where Chad can go as champion, have a really bad reign, or not bad reign, but a rampage reign where he just destroys everybody, and it gets to the point where Otis actually eventually betrays him, and we have a good matchup between them, maybe some down the road, like in Survivor Series, something like that. I want Chad to have a good reign, and Otis can actually be like a big single star that he was meant to be. Plus, I would love to see Sami more in the world title picture, or maybe the WWE Championship title picture, but he would have to win a SmackDown. But, I want Sami in the world title picture. So, as much as I think he's a great Intercontinental Champion, I think it's time for Chad Gable to take that right and Sami to move up to that main event card again. Now we have the WWE Women's Champion, Bayley, defending her title against Piper Niven. And you know what? Credit to Piper Niven. The past few weeks on SmackDown when she's been on the mic, she's been killing it. She has a lot more charisma than WWE lets her show. And now that they finally give her an opportunity to show her true personality, it's been really good. She's actually really great in the mic. She's always been a great ring worker, and she's funny as hell on Twitter. But unfortunately, I think she's only getting that push because the pay-per-view is in Scotland, and they want that hometown feel, which Bayley's beloved everywhere. So I think this crowd's going to go crazy for this matchup. They're probably going to be more in favor for Piper Niven if we're being realistic. But I see a really good matchup, and hopefully it can be something to add a spark to Bayley's title reign. I think Bayley's going to definitely retain, but I think she needs something extra to make this title reign more proper, because since WrestleMania, I feel like the booking for her and the writing has just been really bad. So hopefully this could kind of get her on that right path, and she has just a really good title reign, because Bayley definitely deserves it. But I wouldn't be against Piper winning, but I just don't think they're going to do it so soon, taking the belt off of Bayley, especially with Triple H's new regime. They don't like short title reigns, so I think Bayley's going to be a champion for a little bit longer. But give Piper Niven more time. She will eventually be a champion. Now, here's the matchup that I'm looking forward to. There's one more that I'm more excited about, and I'll get into that one in a minute. But Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in a quit match. And everyone's saying, oh yeah, most definitely, Cody's not quitting. He's not going to utter the words I quit. And I agree. Cody's retaining. Most definitely. But I would like to go on a limb and defend Cody's title reign right now. I don't understand why everyone's saying he's a boring champion. They're blaming the rating drops on him. Newsflash, everybody. WWE's ratings always drop right after WrestleMania, no matter who's the champion. And before you say, oh, it's because Roman Reigns isn't around, guess what? Roman wouldn't have been around after WrestleMania either. We wouldn't have seen him to SummerSlam. So everyone cool it with the Cody hate. You name me a bad match that Cody Rhodes has had since he became champion. Go for it. Oh, wait. Oh, that's right. There is no bad matches. Cody is a great champion, a great worker. He is everything we need as a champion. And this man is just having so much fun as champion right now. For example, the man is crowd surfing. He was crowd surfing. He's enjoying being a champion. The crowd loves him. And that Scotland crowd is going to go insane. They're going to blow every American crowd out of the water. And I think this is going to be another like 5-star classic match. But we don't care about Dave Meltzer's rating. It's a 5-star in my heart. No Dave Meltzer. But anyways, I think that's going to be a really good matchup. And it's probably going to see some crazy stuff. These guys are going to tear their house down. And a lot of people are wondering, what's next for AJ Styles? Well, I'm probably not the first person who said this. And I won't most likely be the last. AJ Styles built TNA. WWE and TNA seem to have a really good working relationship. And I feel like what's going to happen is AJ Styles is going to be lent out to TNA, probably become TNA World Champion one last time. And I predict that we're probably going to have some type of TNA versus NXT type of feud that's going to lead up to a NXT TakeOver or a big PLE. And that'd be pretty good to watch. You put NXT versus TNA, and for some reason WWE will never let people go up against the main roster. But I digress. I think it'll be a great matchup, and hopefully AJ Styles gets to have one final run as TNA champ before he retires. Because whether what on SmackDown happened was true or not, I think he's definitely in the last few months of his career. Which, hands off to AJ Styles, because he's had one hell of a career. And now, which should be the main event, no doubt about it, we have Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. And this should be the main event. I love Cody and I love AJ, but we need the world title to be more prevalent because I feel like Damian Priest has done a great job as a world champion. But now it's time for that title to feel just as important as the WWE champion because it's really going to be hard to compare the two, especially with that huge reign that Roman had. But here's where the title becomes one of the main championships in WWE, in my opinion. That crowd is going to be hot for Drew McIntyre. No doubt about it. Hometown hero coming back. Everybody wants to see him as champion. Judgment Day barred from ringside. There's
Hello, motherfucker.
I was going on a long tangent only to realize that I had not hit play. So we're going to have to figure out where I left off. But I think CM Punk is somehow going to interfere in this matchup. And, you know, the rivalry between Punk and Drew is so good where it doesn't need a world championship. And right now, Damian Priest is doing good stuff with that title. I really didn't think he was going to be a great champion, but he's becoming a really good champion right now. And I feel like I want to see my boy, Finn Balor, my heart and soul, actually take the title off of Priest because Finn deserves another world title reign, and I really want to see the Judgment Day fall apart right now because it's low-key falling apart already thanks to Liv Morgan. My favorite, Liv Morgan. But anywho, I think Damian Priest returns right here with the interference help from CM Punk, and you can hear my dog in the background going crazy. But that's where I think this title reign is going to continue and probably lead up all the way, probably go up until Survivor Series, in my opinion. But that's my predictions for Clash of the Castle. Kind of a shorter video today. But, I mean, WWE only does like 5-episode PLEs. So, 5-match PLEs. So, there's not really much to talk about now. But, let me know what you guys think, what's going to happen to Clash of the Castle. Hopefully, I can get this edited and uploaded before I have to go to work. Because I got to be at work in like an hour. So, again, like, comment, subscribe. Please, I would really appreciate it. And let's enjoy Clash of the Castle tomorrow.